Welcome to a new series of mine called Collector's Corner. This is where we looked at collector's items, whether you've collected them in the past, collecting them now, or you remember collecting them. This is where we discuss that. And what a humdinger I have here for collecting. Now, I was all about those Pogs back in the early 90s, which are milk caps as they're known. They were made in Hawaii, actually. And everything and anything got turned into a Pog, including a year later after the infamous trial, the O.J. Simpson trial in 1994. They made caricatures out of certain individuals who were involved in the case, and they were done in Pog form. Let me explain. So the first Pog you had in this set was of Al Cowlings, who was the friend of O.J. Simpson. Then you had the famous Johnny Cochran himself, the man who said, "If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit," who was also on O.J. Simpson's defense team. You had the judge named Lance Ho, who presided over the whole proceeding. He became a star after this as well. You had prosecuting attorney Marcia Clark, who really wanted to prove that O.J. Simpson was guilty. We have a caricature of one of the victims, Nicole Brown Simpson, the ex-wife of O.J. Simpson. Here we have a caricature of Robert Shapiro, one of O.J. Simpson's defense lawyers. And in historically speaking, O.J. Simpson had an entire defense team. A whole defense team. Like, he never went on trial. Now, here we have a caricature of one of the other victims, Ron Goldman, who was a waiter and a friend of Nicole Brown Simpson. However, I believe whoever was doing the caricature drawing got Ron Goldman mixed up with his father, Fred Goldman, because Ron never wore glasses. Fred did. Someone was asleep at the wheel. Or they misspelt the name and said Ronald Goldman and did a caricature of Fred. That's kind of buggered. Now we have a caricature of O.J. Simpson himself at trial. O.J. Simpson's infamous mugshot, caricatured. And with a question mark, the murder weapon, the knife, and the gloves that did not fit. Of course, as we historically know, O.J. Simpson was not found guilty of the crime committed, even though it went on for a whole freaking year. But, historically speaking, O.J. Simpson did go to jail on a different charge. He got a crew of people together, and they tried to rob a sports memorabilia individual. And when O.J. Simpson decided not to cut anything of earnings with his crew, one of his crew members ratted him out, and he ended up going to prison for a different charge. But he was sued also in a civil trial for this and was found of wrongdoing and negligence. So, though he was not the person who did it in a court of law, the family did say he was liable for the causes of the deaths. So, he has to live with that. And personally, if he got away with murder, boy, man, he's sure hiding it. Because every time someone wants to ask, he's like, I don't want to talk about it. You're hiding something, man. I think you're hiding something. And I don't know why I said Lance Ho. I apologize. It's Judge Lance Ito. I can't read.